Hello, Scorpio. This is an electricity ship. This is power to the people. These are the readings of the Anima Mundi, God, Goddess, Creator, Spirit, Source, finger pointing to the moon, what have you. Whatever you want to call it, we're all part of this energy and we are all divine. So thank you for your presence here, allowing me to be a medium to bring these stories forward. Your presence makes my presence here possible. So thank you so much, because this is a huge part of my gratitude practice and I love doing this for you. Scorpio, I love you guys. You're terrific. This is about relationships. All of the readings on my channel are about love, but this is specifically about interpersonal relationships. So we'll cover colleagues and network, friends, family and children. That could include your inner child, and more intimate romantic partnerships. So we'll do an oracle card, one for each category, from the Dreamscape Oracle by Matt Hughes and the Urban Crow Oracle by MJ Cullinan. We have the Edmund Dulac Tarot for the yin side of the equation, and the Gustave Doré Tarot for the yang side, and then Radiant Wilds Tarot by Nat Gersberger for clarification. A couple cards did pop out during the pre-shuffle, so we'll do that. Look at those as time goes by. They were flipped up, so they want to be seen, they want to be known, and maybe you want to be seen and known too, Scorpio. The messages are timeless. They'll come to you when they come to you. Anything that does not resonate with your mind, body, soul, spirit, intuition, anything that doesn't make you feel powerful is not your message. You can leave it behind. It's not for you, or it's not for you at the time. Spirit's not going to give you anything that's going to disempower you, right? So take the pieces that ring your bell and toot your whistle and tickle your fancy, and leave the rest behind. I know that you are going to find further insights from things that get you excited. So I'm excited for you. Yeah, I was a little under the weather for a few days, but I'm feeling better, and this hot tea is helping out. So please be patient with me if I need to clear my throat and whatnot. But we're going to start out by blessing the space with an active breathing into our gratitude. So anything that comes to your mind, body, soul, and intuition first. It could be a micro tenderness. It could be a macro tenderness. We're building a kingdom of tenderness together. So every little bit that you have to offer makes a huge difference. For me, excuse me, I guess I'm feeling good that I'm on the mend. So that means a lot, and it means a lot to be here, and I appreciate being here with you. I put prayers on my altar for anybody who interacts with the channel, past, present, or future. Likes, shares, subscribes, donations, following me on social media means a lot to me. So thank you so much in advance, or for any interactions in the past. So thank you so much for that. And let's take a deep breath and bless this time and this space together. Thank you for your presence. Yeah, Scorpios, sometimes you can be secretive, but you want to be seen, of course. You're sensitive people, you're water signs, so you have a lot to offer. And I love knowing that you're here, so thank you. For Scorpio's acquaintances, colleagues, and network, please. One card for Scorpio. And this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, whatever placement in your chart that you're curious about. If you're a cusper, if you're curious about Scorpio, lean in and let it enfold you, as Bukowski said. For colleagues, network, acquaintances for Scorpio, please. There we go. Oh, you got 2 for that one, huh? Cool. All right, and for friends for Scorpio. For friends for Scorpio, thank you. Family, children, inner child. Brilliant. And for romantic partnerships, please. Intimate partnerships and romantic partnerships. Awesome. Thank you. All right. for colleagues, network, acquaintances. Thank you. Scorpio's friends. Scorpio's family, children, and inner child, please. Oh, great. I love how this is flowing very nicely. And for romantic partnerships. Brilliant. Okay. And for Scorpio, please, yin. Scorpio, yin energy. This could be feminine energy that you embody or a feminine in your life. I'll take this one. And, ooh, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. Who doesn't want to see Ace of Cups in a love reading? Okay, sorry. I'm not a professional singer. Two of Pentacles. Okay, cool. So we've got some like new energy coming through here. And then we've got, oh, King of Cups. That's you. Brilliant. Bottom of the deck. Oh, Queen of Wands. Awesome. So that's Aries energy. Tremendous. We've already got a pair here, so that's great. It's either within yourself or out in the world. You've got a partnership that's working great. For Scorpio, please. I like this. This feels positive. We'll take that one, and it's assigned to split. So, let's split, man. Queen of Cups. Awesome. So, yeah, awesome. So, I'm seeing there might be some two feminine energies that are vying for attention here. Five of Pentacles. So, that's can be some kind of feeling out. And then Knight of Swords. So yeah, there might be some competition for your feelings or for another person's feelings, leaving somebody out in the cold. Or there might be a person who's kind of paying attention to their own internal balance. And we've got the Knight of Swords here, which is Gemini, and Ten of Pentacles. Awesome. So cool. We've got a nice 10 fulfilled material resources, energy, this like new sparking of love, keeping things in the day-to-day life in order, emotional maturity, and this awesome creativity and manifestation energy, passions and desires. The Knight of Swords really wanting to communicate, and that might be about this feeling of being kind of out of the loop. So this partner I would love to see this partner communicate what they're going through internally, or maybe they've got a crush on somebody. You know, crushes are okay in established relationships because, you know, it's just a crush. It's fine. But, you know, this other party needs some reassurance that this relationship remains stable. Also, if this is all you may be feeling kind of conflicted between like what kind of feminine energy you want to embody, or what you're looking for in a feminine energy outside of yourself. Why not have it all? Somebody who's like really emotionally receptive and somebody who's really passionately receptive as well. Because it looks like the emotional sovereignty is obviously here. And it comes down to communicating your wants. There's a desire that you have, maybe even a physical need, maybe you need more affection or whatever, that needs to be stated. There is a lot of physical comforts available, like plenty of money, feeling centered in your family systems, in your legacy. There may have been healing of generational traumas, or just like sticky things. But it looks like there's so much emotional maturity here, and a way of communicating really, really clearly. All of the court cards in the Knights can be a little bit brusque, a little bit defensive, so you just want to look out for that. But there is a lot of like juggling going on, maybe with finances or just with day-to-day tasks, and that the need for this like fresh cup of love is really needed in that scenario. And if there is any trouble, it's okay, because the Rider-Waite card shows this as a lotus, coming up, and you know, as Thich Nhat Hanh and probably many other Buddhists have said, no lotus without mud. So here's a little bit of mud, but that's okay. This looks stable and steady. So for colleagues and network, we've got the Gift and Luna Moth. Cool. So I'm feeling from this that there are people around you who are attracted to you and interested in you. They see you as a light, the kind of mysterious and beautiful moon-like energy. There may be gifts going around. I'm recording this during the holiday season, so it could literally mean gifts. Somebody might be sharing their abundance with you, you know, whether that be, you know, an invitation for dinner, or, you know, going out for drinks with coworkers or new acquaintances, and they buy the round. You know, it could be any number of things. It seems lighthearted, but it does seem like somebody maybe even has a crush on you. With this Luna Moth enchanting, you know, feelings, moon energy. And then we have protection. So, you know, just be careful about boundaries. If there is, you know, some enchantment, you know, there's this thing called limerence, which is like when you have a crush on somebody and all those like feel good chemicals, oxytocin and whatnot come in, and it lasts for about 7 years, which is like biologically, like that's how long it usually lasts. And that's where you get the term the 7-year itch. That famous movie with Marilyn Monroe where her this white dress that she wore and her skirt blew up on the grate comes from, you know, this man being tempted by this bombshell who lives in the apartment above him while his wife and kids are out of New York City during the hot summer months. So you just want to protect boundaries. A crush is a crush. You know, just be really like clear with what your obligations are. That's emotional maturity, you know, to be very clear about expectations and obligations. And, you know, it's no good to lead somebody on. But it's fine to have a crush. It's fine. It's fine for somebody to have a crush on you, just as long as things are clear, you know. And limerence usually comes from somebody who's not seeing a wholeness inside of them. That might be this person too, without the king present. You know, you've got a king and queen here, so that's very balanced, but this is just a knight. So this person may still be like developing their personality. They've got, you know, like resources and everything. But what might be making them feel out of the loop is that this knight energy is still developing into the king energy and creating that pair within them. So for friends, we have Harpy Eagle. So that has come out in this position before, and I've seen it as a very loyal, dedicated friend who matches your power and energy level. They're very territorial. So, you know, if this friend might be kind of looking sideways at this person who has a crush on you, you know, also being invested in your primary relationships and knowing just like, you know, what's good for you emotionally to get involved with or not. And also looking, if, you know, if you're not paired with somebody and this is just like a fresh thing that's starting to kind of bloom from like an acquaintance, you know, this friend might be looking out for you like, hey, you know, don't dip your pen in the company inkwell kind of thing. Like, probably not a good idea to date coworkers. You know, you use your best judgment on that, but listen to your friend's advice. And if you are in a primary committed partnership, your friend might be looking out for you to make sure that, you know, things don't develop too quickly. You're not leaping into a relationship because of a sense of lack within yourself. Limerence usually comes from seeing like a quality of a person who is other than you that you wish that you could embody in yourself, and instead of like working on yourself and developing that character trait, you kind of look to get that energy from somebody else. So if somebody's doing that to you, or if you're, you know, allowing yourself to fall into a situation head over heels without like getting to know somebody and develop a solid, mature relationship, then, you know, that's, if you want to take the relationship into, and it's clearly an emotional connection, Ace of Cups, King and Queen of Cups, very emotional depth, and with this passion, then let it develop. Let it, it's cool to be enchanted, but protect your boundaries. Make sure that everybody's talking through their expectations, and you've got a friend who's looking out for you in that regard. Right, because like also if you're distracted from your friend relationships and your network, then that can bode very badly for a romantic relationship. I mean, this is a dreadful thing to say, but anybody who's been through narcissistic abuse knows that narcissists start out with a lot of love bombing. If you've ever been through that in the past, then you've got a good friend who's looking out for you to make sure that you're not getting love bombed and distracted from like your day-to-day tasks and the things that you need to do and get done, to maintain this like abundant lifestyle, prevent you from spending too much money. And if this is actual physical resources, you're not spending too much time, taking days off work, not earning the money that you need to, not paying your bills. Your friend is looking out for you to make sure that you're not swept away by some kooky love affair, or by actually, if Queen of Cups is reversed, it can indicate too much drinking. Any kind of reversal in the Cups card, you're looking at addiction to emotional reactions. A crush energy can be like really heady and kind of take you out of normal functioning, which is great. You should let yourself go when you want, but return to center. Return to center here, and again, the lotus comes from the mud, so remember what brought you to this state of emotional maturity. How it began, and like what you went through to earn this emotional maturity and sensitivity. And then so family and children, we have the Selkie, right? So, and trickery. So it's interesting. I'm getting a lot of like sticky energy with the family category for this round of readings. The Selkie is like kind of held captive by a creature on land who steals her seal skin when she sheds it to take human form when she takes. So this could be some resentment for getting too enmeshed in relationships, if that's like your family history where there's a lot of enmeshment, where like say you were a child who had to take on too much emotional responsibility for the family, things that were out of your purview of maturity as a kid, which may have made you like forced to attain this emotional maturity at a younger age than you needed to. Maybe there was like a family member who wasn't emotionally forward, and that might have created some kind of resentments or feelings of being trapped. That's something to work through. Maybe you have a therapist. This harpy person can be helpful for kind of hashing out some of those things. A friend who knows you well and knows your history. Let's get a card on the family, inner child category. The Chariot, yeah. So this is, it feels like it's energy that you've worked with before. So, you can push through again. You know who you are. You know what your will is. Like, I would just caution against getting intoxicated in some of this energy so that you can keep your shit together and not, lose yourself in the sauce. Keep going forward. The balance between, and this is the Cancer card, so another water sign and a lunar energy for sure. So these sphinxes are about keeping intuition and practical mind, rational mind in order and moving in the same direction. Having that forward movement, and then also this flexibility of being able to pivot quickly when needed. So you have like a lot of emotional flexibility. You know how to keep your rational mind in order. You've got a friend helping you do that. And you're going to see through any kind of entrapment energy. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't feel good if I didn't warn you against, the signs of narcissism and love bombing, because that there is a tone in here. It seems like that's been something in your past, at the very least, probably in a family system. So it's good to learn how to trust, but anybody who wants to be trusted is going to allow you to take the care and caution that you need to step carefully in this new cycle. And that can be for any, that can be somebody you work with. It could be, somebody you're going into a business venture with. It could be somebody you're going out with, and like, for some party at a bar or whatever, and they're like, oh, whoops, yeah, I was supposed to drive you, but now I'm like shit-faced wasted, and so that's not somebody you can be trusted. And that's like a switcheroo kind of vibe too, so like, take it as it resonates, just be careful, and, maybe have a backup plan, have somebody to call, or, make sure you've got your number of your cab driver or your, rideshare app loaded up into your phone and ready to go. Those kind of precautions that you take to make sure that you're being safe, especially with new people, and especially if it's like really exciting. Don't, to not get carried away and then make decisions that are unsafe for your heart or for your body, or your finances or whatever that may be. You can be careful, and anybody who wants to be close to you will know that it's not going to try any of this trickery. If there is something, that you need to talk about with boundaries with new relationships, go ahead and do that, because it's like, hey, like, I felt kind of deceived. My understanding was that you were going to drive and then you got drunk. So that you might just have had different expectations, but clear the air and speak about it. This Knight of Swords energy is going to help with that a lot. But yeah, you're adaptable. You can make it through. It's not your first rodeo. So for intimate partnerships and romance, we have the Gate. That feels very positive. New starts, new beginnings. We've had the World card for a few of these signs, so you might want to check your other placements. But yeah, new beginnings, openings, and then memory, right? So this feels to me like a way to kind of heal some of this energy from the past, whether or not like some of these new connections work out, or this crush or whatever it is works out, you have like a good support system. And if you're looking at a really positive relationship, which is absolutely possible with the Queen and King of Cups, and this really strong feminine receptive energy, this really great communicative energy, and a lot of like good solid like safety resources, and healed family dynamics. The memories of things that have gone on before that haven't worked out, they can be transcended. Whether you choose to enter a new relationship or not, it's a good idea to get out there and give it a try. Because even if it doesn't go as far as you might have hoped or expected, you tried and you learned something new. So I encourage you to date if you have not done that in a while and you're interested in doing that. Don't let the memories from the past color your perception of this, because this is a new person, new relationship. And even if it's somebody you've been in a relationship with for a while, everybody's evolving and changing. They're cycling through, they're attaining this level of maturity, and then, it starts again. So this is like a new love, and it could be a new love with the same person you've been with for, a marriage. I saw a thing with Esther Perel where she was saying that she and her husband discussed it, and he said that he felt that they've been married 4 times to the same person. She was like, oh, well, I was kind of thinking more it was 3, but and then I think that this is really supported by the card that popped out in the pre-shuffle with the Fool. Like, I really want you to give it a try. what do you have to lose? You know, you are in a position to rebuild at any time, and you've got all this emotional maturity. And then Six of Swords, yeah, so you're moving on, you're moving through this gate, you're moving through, you know, things from the past that have maybe like sent you off the rails. You've needed this protection. You've got this friend who's really looking out for you, which is really, really cool. Yeah, and the Ten of Cups, awesome. So 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, King and Queen of Cups. That's amazing. And the, oh yeah, well, we did get the World. This is a different deck from, you know, it was like in here somewhere for some other readings, but we've got the World, and that lines up with the gate so nicely. There's just a lot of like really awesome, mature emotional energy, cycles moving through, completion, and then simultaneously a new beginning, which is really, really great to see. I've been seeing like tens and the World and some like end, but you know, with the World and the Fool, with the Ace and the King, the Ace and the 10, you know, it's nice to see for you that these things are just starting over again right away. I've been seeing a lot of like the tens, World, you know, end of cycle cards, gateway, new beginning cards, but the Ace is so awesome, and the Fool are so awesome to see. Seeing this moving on from past mentalities and past pain, using your willpower to move on. And the Chariot, you've really got the you got the what you need. You know, you got the stones to like keep moving forward and like start fresh over and over and over again, which is awesome. For a lot of people, when I'm seeing these ending and complete cycle energies, I'm, you know, hoping for an Ace, but like kind of waiting for, you know, maybe the next moon cycle or the next solstice or equinox for that to emerge. But for you, it's just happening all at once. So good for you, Scorpio, and great to see your court card here also. Let's get one last card to bless this reading for Scorpio. Page of Wands. Cool. Well, it's nice to see some more passion in there too. You know, a good counterpart to your Queen of Wands. Fresh, curious energy. There's just like a lot of nice pairings happening. You know, and we had mentioned this, you know, as being like kind of an energy or a third party sort of energy. This tells me that this is like an internal energy that's like culminating within a member of partnerships. So yeah, there's a lot of support here. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot of freshness and verve, and a lot of healing, a lot of like knocking off things that didn't work before. And I really love seeing this friend here for you. A really powerful individual who's really got your back, who's really chosen family. So if you haven't hit the like button already, I would love it if you did so. I really appreciate all interactions with the channel. Liking the video is the easiest thing to do, and comments are great too. I love to see how this all kind of related to your world, where you're from. Like if you've got any cool spells that you do that you want to share with me, that would be a great gift for me. I would be delighted to hear that. And tell me about what's enchanting you. I'd love to hear that as well. So Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. Because you're here, I can be here, and this is a wonderful, wonderful part of my day to read for you. So thank you so much. This is an electricity ship. This is power to the people. And I wish you peace, my love.